Welcome back, students, for part 3 of Language Arts Practice Test. Okay, now we're going to continue. Now we're going to do questions 25 to 31 now. We're talking about kites and science. Okay, for time's sake, we will have to read the whole article. Okay, we may have to go back to one of the paragraphs. 25. Sentence 2 says, when you see people flying kites in the community on a windy day, you might think that kites are just for fun. What is the best way to write the underlined portion of the sentence? This is my underlined portion right here. A, might see. B, saw. C, see. Or D, have seen. I'll give you a few seconds. The answer, did y'all see? The answer is C. The word see. When you see people flying kites in the community on a windy day, you might think that kites are just for fun. You is singular, so you should have a singular verb, see. Okay, now number 26. Sentence 3 says, kites have been flown in countries around the world and for centuries by young and old alike. Which revision should be made to the placement of sentence 3? Move sentence 3 to the beginning of paragraph A. B, move sentence 3 to follow sentence 1. C, remove sentence 3. Or D, no revision is necessary. Now, let's go back to where sentence 3 is. Bam! Sentence 3 here. Okay, it says move it to the beginning of paragraph A. Well, let's see. Cats have been flown in countries around the world for centuries by young and old alike. Who doesn't enjoy flying a kite? Okay, or what about removing sentence 3? Removing this all together. Who doesn't enjoy flying a kite? When you see people in your community flying kites, you might think that kites are just for fun. However, cat flying, it may surprise you to know, have been responsible for a number of scientific discoveries. For example, electricity and weather measurements, which we'll get to in a minute. Okay, so or it says remove sentence 3 to follow sentence 1. Let's see. Who doesn't enjoy flying a kite? Kites have been flown in countries around the world and for centuries by young and old alike. Ta-da! There it is. We need to move sentence 3 and follow after sentence 1 before sentence 2. So your answer should be B. Move sentence 3 to follow sentence 1 because it gives you a clear picture of what the article is about. And also too, with sentence 3 also catches the reader's attention of background information of what the article is about. Okay, now 27. Sentence 4 says, however, cat flying, it may surprise you to know, have been responsible for a number of scientific discoveries. What's the best way to write the underlined portion of the sentence? A, would be. B, has been. C, were. Or D, are. I'll give you a few seconds. Which one do you think? Think of your subject-verb agreement rule. What's my subject? Just think of that. Subject-verb agreement rule, and then my subject is cat flying. Your answer you should have selected is B. Because cat flying is singular, so that means your verb has to agree, which also has to be singular. Has been. Okay? Now number 28. Sentence 6 says, he did it by flying a kite during a thunderstorm with a brass key attached to the end. We're talking about Bishop Franklin now. You know, the one that invented the Franklin stove, the bifocals, the electricity. The most effective revision of sentence 6 would begin with which group of words? A, by flying a kite with a brass key. B, the kite was flown during a thunderstorm. C, a brass key was attached to the end. Or D, during a thunderstorm he flew a kite with. What do you think the answer could be? The answer, the most effective revision to make it flow, is D. During a thunderstorm, he flew a kite with a brass key attached to the end. Okay. 29. The story goes that when lightning struck the kite line and traveled down to the key, there was a spark of electricity. Which correction should be made to sentence 7? A, remove the comma after key. B, replace there with there. C, no correction is necessary. Or D, insert a comma after line. What do you think the answer could be? I'll give you a few seconds. Okay. The answer you should have selected is B. Replace there with there, because there is a sign of possession, showing whose possession, showing it belongs to them, while the homonym of there is the word there, showing there was a spark of electricity. There is showing belonging to someone. Okay, number 30. Sentence 10 and 11 reads, starting in the 1890s, kites held meteorological instruments that measure humidity and wind speed, period. They measure barometric pressure too. Okay. Now, the most effective combination of those two sentences would be which group of words? A, one of the purposes was measuring wind. B, humidity, wind speed, and barometric pressure. C, barometric pressure was measured along with. Or D, the measurement of barometric pressure. I'll give you a few seconds. You tell me what the correct answer is going to be. The answer, if you're ready, should have been B. Because it says here, starting the kites held meteorological instruments that measured what? Humidity, wind speed, and barometric pressure. And there you go. Because barometric pressure is a related measurement to humidity and wind speed. Okay? And then 31. Sentence 14 says, Alexander Graham Bell, the physicist and inventor, used kites to learn about problems of airplane construction. What is the best way to write the underlined portion of the sentence? B, A, Bell, the physicist and inventor, used. B, Bell, the physicist and inventor, used. C, Bell, the physicist and inventor, used. Or D, Bell, the physicist and inventor, he used. Well, you can already tell that just by reading that. You know it can't be B, just by reading it. So I'll give you a few seconds to see what you think the answer is. Think of your a positive rule describing someone. So the answer, did y'all select A? Because if you did, you are correct, because we need the physicist and inventor is a positive describing who? Alexander Graham Bell. So anytime when you have something describing a person, there should be a commas before and after the appositive phrase. Not after or before, but before and after the appositive phrase. Now let's go on to what is a hybrid car. Hybrid cars are becoming popular, well, sort of popular these days now. A hybrid car is just a vehicle that uses both gas power and electricity. So a lot of times when your car is sitting idle at a stoplight, then the electric car takes over and the gas stops, but when you get going, the gas takes over. Hence a hybrid car. So for time's sake, we won't read the paragraphs. We will if we need to. Okay, now 32, sentence 1 says a hybrid vehicle uses at least two different sources of power. You have probably seen, examples of hybrid vehicles without realizing it. Which correction should be made to sentence 1? A, change uses to will use. B, changes to different to to and different. C, change power, to power, U to power, period, capital U. Or D, change realizing it to realizes it. I'll give you a few seconds. The answer you should be C, because the sentence uses a comma splice. A hybrid vehicle, subject, verb, uses at least two different sources of power. Should be a period, capital Y. You have probably seen. You, subject, have probably seen, is a verb with an adverb, probably, describing what? Have seen, because the letters ly. That tells the letters ly tells you that that word is an adverb. Okay, let's go on to number 33. Sentence 2. Some types of trucks or buses, and some trains use a combination of diesel fuel and electric power. What's the best way to revise the underlined portion? A, some types of trucks, buses, some trains. B, some types of trucks or buses or trains. C, some types of trucks, buses, and trains. Or D, some types of trucks, buses, or trains. Okay. The answer you should select it is what? C. The reason why is because some types of trucks, buses, and trains are a series. And remember, series is always separated with a what? A comma. They're items, series of items. Trucks is an item, buses and items, trains and items, and they're all